All right, so I don't believe in superstition, but I know some of y'all do. Some of y'all believe in superstition, and that's cool if that's what you believe in. I can understand how you believe in it when it comes to sports. People think about, wearing the same thing. And, I go to games, we tend to win. If I don't go, sometimes we don't win, right? So I'm like, over the last 2 seasons, the Lions have lost the NFC Championship game and the Buffalo Bills game, right? So you can say, okay, well, don't go this time, right? If you believe in superstition. But I don't believe in that, but I do believe in the NFL narrative. And I was thinking about something yesterday, and I hate to even bring this up, but the reason I brought up superstition is because if you believe in that, this segment might not be for you. But I have been watching a lot of media, and a lot of them are talking about the Commanders. Okay, that's cool. But there's another team that people are talking about. You know them very well. Our ex-quarterback is there, the LA Rams. And for the first time this season, I started to get a little nervous that the NFL will not favor the Detroit Lions up and coming in this playoff eventual Super Bowl run. Let me tell you what I mean. The LA Rams dismantle. First of all, I've been calling for the Stafford narrative literally when he left. When he left, I have predicted this whole thing, right? From, oh my God. I'm sorry. Come on, man. This thing never goes off, and now it wants to. Okay, all right. So I've been talking about Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams and how storylines and narratives are in the NFL, okay? The Detroit Lions have been on the bottom. They've been a non-factor. I don't know if you guys know this, but we have one of the smallest fan bases in the NFL. We do. That's why our YouTube channel is growing ever since Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes took over. It went from 19,000 when Matt Patricia was fired to almost 250,000. We got more than the Bengals. We got more than the Arizona Cardinals. We got more than the Seattle Seahawks. So right now, we're probably in the top 10 as far as the Kansas City Chiefs have the most, the San Francisco 49ers, Dallas Cowboys, those guys are up there. But let me tell you what I thought about yesterday morning. When I wake up and the game was Monday night, and Tuesday morning, everybody was talking about the Rams. Everybody was talking about the Rams. And we talked about the fact that the Rams, how would they play? A lot of people pick Minnesota. I picked the Rams simply because of the narrative that the NFL is going to push. Now, here's where the superstition gets in, and you might want to back out of this segment, right? The wildfires in LA have destroyed over $150 billion worth of stuff. It reminds me kind of Hurricane Katrina a little bit, where the NFL, the Lions were up there. And I think the NFL has to make a decision. And I think you're going to see this, right? Do the Rams just plow through everybody for the sake of LA and California, now that the Niners are not in it? The Chargers are not in it. Do the Rams fight? Is this the narrative that they push, or is it still the Detroit Lions versus Kansas City Chiefs? Because that's what. So I start getting. I'm not even lying, bro. I got nervous yesterday. I just had this feeling of, are the Detroit Lions? We are there, but are we there? Is it like, okay, let's pause the Lions real quick because they're gonna be around for a long time, and let's push this LA Rams for the city? I'm telling you, man. So They dismantle the Minnesota Vikings. They sacked Sam Darnold 9 times. They got the LA Fire Department shirts on. You literally cannot write it any better than this. So remember now, the way that I believe the narrative to be is you have to take it out of the ref's hands. If you do that, then they can't control it, right? They can try to, but they won't. They can't overcome a beatdown. We saw it. We've literally watched it this entire weekend. From whether you believe Matthew Stafford fumbled the ball or not, I don't think he fumbled. I saw him flick it. Right? So I don't think that was a fumble, but it was some calls, man, that as you're watching this game, you're like, yo, this is an egregious miss. If you go back to the Eagles-Packers, the very first play of the game was a helmet-to-helmet fumble that they didn't call the helmet-to-helmet, but they called the fumble, right? So I start getting a little nervous because whether you believe it or not is cool. I believe it. I believed it for years. I've known about it for at least 5 years. I've accepted it. I'm okay with it. It is what it is. I just want my team to shine. Give my team some time to shine in the spotlight. So does the NFL want to see the underdog Detroit? And here's what it's going to come down to. Do the Rams have a parade in the year of a wildfire and you galvanize the city? Or do you have the most viewed Super Bowl of all time by the Detroit Lions being in it? Whoever the Detroit Lions play, it will be the highest viewed Super Bowl of all time. Here's the thing about the Detroit Lions. We have a small fan base compared to the rest of the NFL, but our fan base is worldwide. It is everywhere. We got people in the UK, in Spain, in Australia. It doesn't matter. We got people everywhere. So again, if you are superstitious, this might not be the segment for you, but I'm starting to get a little nervous that will the NFL try to push LA further than they would have before? That means that they beat the Eagles. I think they're going to beat the Eagles. And I think the Lions are going to win against the Commanders. And it's going to set up Stafford Rams against Golf Lions for a Super Bowl berth. My question is, will they push LA due to the wildfires? I don't know. I'm getting a little nervous. Again, it's only if what they can control. So if the Lions take care of business, they get out to a big lead. I think they hold on and win, things like that. But the NFL's job is to make it close and push the narrative either way, right? So let me know. I know y'all not going to want to hear that, man, but I believe.